Good afternoon and welcome to Rocket Lab's 14th Electron launch. Thank you for joining us as we launch a dedicated mission for Capella Space. My name is Ariana Ryan and I'm a Junior Manufacturing Engineer here in our Auckland Production Complex.
And I'm Dominic Vu, a Vehicle Assembly Technician here at Rocket Lab. It's great to be joining you from Rocket Lab Mission Control for today's launch. We're just 11 minutes away from liftoff at Launch Complex 1 on the Mahia Peninsula, and you're looking at a live view of Electron on the pad.
Today's mission marks our return to flight after experiencing an anomaly on our last mission. In the weeks since then, our team has completed a thorough investigation with support from the FAA. We identified a single anomalous electrical connection as the issue, and we're pleased to confirm that corrective measures are now in place.
It was a tough day for our mission partners and our team, but we're excited to be back on the pad in record time with an even more reliable vehicle.
Today's launch is a dedicated mission for Capella Space, an information services company providing Earth observation data on demand. We've named this mission I Can't Believe It's Not Optical in a nod to Capella's synthetic aperture radar or SAR technology, which provides high-quality images of the Earth day or night in any weather conditions. Capella's space-based radar will provide insights and data that can be used across multiple industries, like agriculture and security, as well as disaster response and recovery.
That's right. So for this mission, Electron will carry a single 100-kilogram class microsatellite, which will be the first commercial satellite in Capella Space's constellation. At the customer's request, we will not be showing payload deployment for this mission, but we will share the news of mission success on our social media channels once deployment has been confirmed.
A quick check-in on the countdown clock. We're coming up to T-minus 8 minutes to launch. Electron went vertical on the pad roughly 4 hours before now. Liquid oxygen and kerosene, the propellant and oxidizer we use for our Rutherford engines, have now been loaded on Electron. At about T-minus 12 minutes, our flight director held a launch go, no-go poll to determine the status for liftoff. And at this point, we are a go. But if for any reason we do have to call a hold, we have backup opportunities tomorrow and for the remainder of the window.
Some of you may know that we're working to make Electron a reusable launch vehicle. We recently completed one of the final parachute tests ahead of our first attempt to bring a stage back from space. We won't be recovering the first stage from today's mission, but we can share footage of those recent tests for a peek at what recovery will look like. We cannot wait to do this in our real mission. With those final tests complete, we're now looking ahead to Flight 17, where we'll deploy the parachute for the first time. We won't catch it from the sky with a helicopter on that mission. Instead, Stage 1 will complete a soft ocean landing. From there, we'll bring it back to the factory for a full inspection. Now, as a reminder, today's mission is our 14th launch, so our 17th launch isn't far away.
The eagle-eyed among you would have spotted our second launch pad being built at Launch Complex 1, just to the right of camera view on your screen. This second pad at LC1 marks our third in total, joining the existing pad at LC1 and our pad at LC2 in Virginia. Having multiple pads enables us to launch rapidly within days or even hours. This represents a truly responsive space capability for small satellite operators. The next major construction milestone for LC-1B is the arrival of the pad's strongback and launch mount in the coming weeks.
In the final minutes of the countdown, the teams have conducted their final checks. These include things like terminal checks of the launch pad at Launch Complex 1, including hydraulic and igniter pressure checks and the retraction of the strongback. The avionics team has also completed its final checks before Electron's automated flight termination system is enabled for flight. Now, the flight termination systems are a vital part of launch operations. Most launch providers use a ground-based system that involves a person making the decision to terminate a mission if it strays off path. But Rocket Lab is one of the very few US launch companies to fly with an autonomous system.
Now we're in the final minutes before launch, and soon Electron's flight computer will enter the launch auto sequence. These are the final steps leading up to ignition of the 9 Rutherford engines for liftoff. We're going to hand you over now to listen in on mission control, and we'll be back checking with you shortly after liftoff.
Flags on your critical LCCs. Vcon LD on mission cord. Confirm a flight computer as goes a green.
Confirm.
Lock the auto sequence and confirm.
Confirm.
All stations were go for auto sequence start at T-minus 2 minutes. LDs go for launch.
All AVBs are switched to internal power. Vehicle is fully on internal power.
Launch load is complete. System is in recirculation. Anti-gas ring disabled.
Stage 1 and Stage 2 are pressed.
High flow engine purges enabled. Deluge is activated.
T-minus 20 seconds and counting.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Liftoff.
Beginning bit travel.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
As you can see on your screen, we've had a successful liftoff of our 14th Electron launch from Pad A at Launch Complex 1. One of the first launch milestones we'll come up
HV
against
battery
is
discharge
max
nominal.
Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Vehicle is
What this
supersonic.
basically means is this will be the point
Drink
where
Chevron
Electron
1.
will undergo the maximum mechanical stress during launch.
Passed through max Q.
Entering Chevron 2.
An Electron has
Entering
successfully
Chevron
cleared max Q.
AOS Chatham Station.
Next up is MECO and separation of Electron's first and second stage. MECO,
2
or
seconds
main engine
remaining.
cutoff, means the 9 Rutherford engines on stage 1 will power down ahead of stage separation. Once we've had a clean separation of the stages, the vacuum optimized Rutherford engine on stage 2 will ignite
Stage
and
1
continue to
propulsion
propel the
nominal.
Capella payload to orbit.
Speed is 2 kilometers per second. Altitude is 53 kilometers. Five seconds to MECO. Separation.
Stage 2 ignition.
Successful separation and stage 2 ignition confirmed by mission control. All systems are continuing nominally. At T plus 3 minutes, we're just seconds away from Electron's fairing separating to make way for payload deployment.
HVB battery discharge nominal.
Fairing separation.
And there it goes! You can see Electron's fairing falling away from stage 2.
Guidance is nominal.
Stage 2 propulsion is nominal.
If you're just joining us for this launch, we've had a successful liftoff, stage 1 burn, stage separation, and ignition of the second stage vacuum optimized Rutherford engine. Velocity is currently 10,000 kilometers, and altitude is 152 kilometers an hour. As we approach battery hot swap in approximately 2 minutes.
A quick update from Rocket Lab Mission Control. Electron's second stage burn continues nominally as we approach 5 minutes and 0 seconds into flight.
230 seconds remaining. Altitude is 180 kilometers. Speed is 1.7 kilometers per second. And guidance remains nominal.
Stage 2 propulsion is nominal.
HVB battery discharge holding nominal.
As we mentioned before, in about a minute, Electron's next action will be to perform a battery hot swap. As the pumps on the Rutherford engine drain the power of the high voltage batteries on board, an instantaneous switch to a fresh battery is performed to keep propulsion nominal.
Hot swap successful.
Yes, and there goes the collective
battery
sigh of
discharge
relief
nominal.
with confirmation of a successful battery hot swap.
Stage 2 propulsion is holding nominal.
100 seconds remaining.
AFTS has saved.
In another minute and a half or so, the engine on Electron's second stage will power down. Shutting off the engine at this point will slow down the vehicle slightly before final stage separation. From there, the kick stage will ignite its Curie engine and propel the Capella payload toward its targeted orbit.
Payload deployment will mark the end of this mission, which will occur around T+60 minutes. We'll be ending the broadcast shortly after we hear the call for successful SECO and stage separation.
50 seconds remaining.
HVB discharge is holding nominal.
Twenty seconds remaining. Guidance is nominal.
And SECO confirmed.
And as you just heard from the team in Mission Control, the engine on Electron's second stage has shut down and the kick stage has separated. The kick stage is now on its way towards payload deployment. We'll share the news of mission success on Rocket Lab's Twitter and Facebook pages, so keep an eye out for confirmation there.
Before we close out, a big thank you to our mission partner, Capella Space, for joining us on our return to flight mission. And thank you for being with us for our 14th Electron launch. I'm Ariana Ryan.
And I'm Dominic Vu. This is Rocket Lab Mission Control, signing off.